I am, oh gosh. Oh yeah. Okay. Quality content. Okay, I'm here to talk about my January. I'm going to do a January wrap up. I have talked about all of the books already, so I'm not going to really talk about them. I am going to rank them and then talk about some stats and some other stuff. So I did just want to first of all show off my bullet journal pages for the month because I just love my bullet journal so much. So this is my first page here. I do have to take call at my job, so the circles are when I'm on call, and then I went on a trip to California, and then I've also started putting these little asterisks on days that I finish books. So like I finished 2 books on those 2 days, and then 1 book on that day. So just so I can kind of see at a glance what I've done. And then my schedule is not important to you guys. Here is my TBR. I obviously did a great job reading until I went to California, and then it all went downhill. And then these are the books that I read and bought. And then here is my little graph for how many pages that I've read. My tracker here goes until 250. So if I read more than 250 pages in a day, then I just write the amount at the end. I'm obviously not great at tracking other things, and then I guess that's it. It was not super successful. I'm never really great at the bullet journal thing. I will say though, for my book balance sheet, I purchased 5 books, but I read 7 books, and so my balance was -2. Not, a gigantic amount, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't remember what books I purchased, so I guess maybe I will start including that too in these videos if I remember. I am not on track for any of my reading challenges besides that, my Goodreads goal, so that's fine. So I'm going to rank my books for you now. Maybe I will tell you a little bit about them, but I don't know. So in January, I had a fantastic month, and I liked all of the things that I read, so it's kind of hard because you feel like the things that are the lowest rated, I feel kind of guilty about it because there's nothing wrong with these books. They're fine. I just read really great things. So my least favorite book of the month is The Early Stories by Truman Capote. These were really great stories. They were fun and fine, but I don't really remember them, so that's kind of why this is the least favorite. Kind of similar for this one. Really enjoyed it while I read it. I don't think anything has less than a 3. I think 3 is the lowest star rating, but I don't remember off the top of my head what the ratings are for these books either, so that's pretty fun. But yeah, so this was really, really great while I read it, but I don't really remember. Next is On Immunity by Eula Biss, and this is a nonfiction, not particularly science, but kind of what's the right word? I can't think of it, but I'm talking about vaccinations and immunity and perception of them and other things like that. Very good. Then Please Look After Mom by Kyun Suk Shin, and this is translated by Chi Young Kim, and this was fantastic. Mom goes missing. It's great. It's not great that she goes missing, but the story is great. Then The Arab of the Future, Volume 4 by Riyad Sattouf, and translated by Sam Taylor. Then Frankenstein in Baghdad by Ahmed Sadawi, and this one is also translated by Jonathan Wright, and this is so great. I just wowzas, so good. But my favorite book of the month, shouldn't be a surprise if you watched my reviews about these books, is Hocus Pocus by Kurt Vonnegut. So I am trying to obviously not spend a lot of money right now because I'm getting married, etc. But I used to do this, and I'm going to start doing it again. So I'm going to do a giveaway for this book because I think it's fun. Giveaways are fun. So I'm going to make it open to whomever. So I used to do the giveaways through Book Depository, but I hate Amazon. So there's a new website, bookshop.org, And there's like some other things. So basically, like, I'm gonna see if you live in the US and you win the giveaway, then I'm probably gonna try to do it not through Book Depository. But if you live internationally, then I might have to, because I don't want to pay a ton for shipping, obviously, because again, I'm not trying to like get crazy, but I just thought this would be a nice thing. Also because I tried to like ask if people wanted to like borrow my books and annotate them and send them back to me, but thinking about it and now is like kind of a lot of anxiety of sending a book that you like out into the universe, because what if you don't get it back? Not that I don't trust you guys, but you know. So anyways, so I'm excited to hopefully do this for the whole year. Unless I like mess something up really bad. Oh my gosh, you know what else I'm gonna do really fast though? I never did a December wrap up or talk about my books that I read in December. So I did read these. These are the only 2 books that I finished in the month of December. Black Light by Kimberly King Parsons and Night Shift by Stephen King. They're both short story collections. And I did prefer this one, which is so weird because I am not a huge Stephen King fan, even though I'm trying to read all of his books. But I think the short story form for him, like for me, works better personally. I think that they were really creepy and twisty and so messed up, and I really liked it. And this one, I just like don't quite remember. Again, so disappointing. I think it was really visceral and creepy. And creepy is not the right word, but I feel like a lot of these have like body kind of things, and I did feel kind of like disgusted in some of them, which was nice. Because that's what I like. But yeah, I don't 100% remember. I probably gave these like 3 and 3.5. That's like what I would assume. Yeah, so I read those in December and totally forgot to mention it. I did also really fast want to talk about the movies. Oh, you guys, I feel like I'm like going 100 miles a minute right now. I did just want to mention that of the books that I finished in January, 3 of them were translated. So 3 out of 7 were translated, which I think is okay. It's not where I want to be, and it's worse in February, but maybe March will be better. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the movies that I also watched in the month of January. That I'm probably not going to talk about any more books, so if you don't want to hear about movies and podcasts, I'll see you guys later. The first movie that I watched, I only watched 4 movies in the month of January. I watched No Holds Barred, which is a total garbage show. Stars Hulk Hogan as like some wrestler, and then this competing team, that's not the right word, like network is trying to get him, and he, you know, is very honorable and he's not going to break his contract, so they hire some other guy named Zeus who's like just whacked out. I don't know like what is up with him, to fight people basically, and then they end up fighting each other, and it's, I'll leave a trailer for it below so that you can watch it. Hulk Hogan in a movie is terrible. I gave that 1 star. So bad. Then I watched Parasite. So good. 5 stars. I loved Parasite so much. It was so messed up. It was so good. It was so perfect. I love that movie so much. I'm so pleased that it won so many Oscars. And like, then we watched Red Rock West, which is a very bizarre, how can I not think of his name? Nick Cage. It's a very bizarre Nick Cage movie where he's trying to get a job, and so he goes to this town that someone tells him about, and he's like, you know, his leg is injured, so he can't like get jobs in a lot of places basically, and so someone mistakes him for someone else, and then he gets entrapped in this whole crazy, it's so good. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was so bizarre. I just, like, it's thrilling. I was really nervous, and it's also hilarious. It's so, so good. That one's from 1993, and I really recommend it. And then we watched Heathers, because, you know, why wouldn't you watch Heathers, basically? If you haven't seen Heathers, go do yourself a favor and watch it right now. I am going to recommend 2 podcasts, too, and these are going to be such lame, well, one of them's kind of lame because I feel like everyone probably listens to it, and it's Bullseye with Jesse Thorne. I hadn't really listened to it a ton. I don't usually listen to podcasts that are interviews, just because, I don't know. I mean, I do, but, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of sick of, like, listening to Terry Gross, to be honest. I don't know. But I feel like Bullseye is so great. He always has on people that are unique and interesting, like not the typical interview guests maybe, and it's all very like chill and good, and I really enjoy all of his interviews. He's a great asker of questions. And then I also want to recommend TBTL, which I might have mentioned in the past, but I just love it. It's Luke Burbank and Andrew Walsh, and it is basically them just like talking every day about things. I haven't listened to it in a couple of days at this point, just because I'm so far behind on all of my podcasts. So I'm catching up on the book review, and then next I'll catch up on TBTL. But yeah, it's just them talking, and they played one of my voicemails. Oh, they've played 2 of my voicemails on it, so you know, no big deal, whatever. But they're just like 2 guys, and I don't even really know how to describe the podcast other than they just talk about things. But Andrew likes things to be clean and likes people to be conscientious of others, and Luke is a little bit of a showboat, and he has a boat, and so they kind of talk about different things that happen to them, as well as like maybe like they'll mention top stories and stuff. And so they're friends with like Chris Hayes, so he's on every once in a while, and Ken Jenner, is that the guy that was like a Jeopardy champion or something? I don't know. But yeah, so they've had him on and stuff, and it's really fun. So yeah, I am going to go now because this is the second video in a row that I've filmed, and I feel like I've talked enough. But thank you for watching, and let me know if you have read any of these, and if you want to be entered to win Hocus Pocus. That would be really nice. So let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.